Clap if you care. Clap if you don't care.
Clap if you don't care.
Yes, clap if you don't care. Hi, Eric.
Hello, Ricky.
What are we doing?
We are recording our inaugural podcast
Of Clap If You Don't Care.
Of Clap If You Don't Care. Would you like to tell us a little bit about how we came to that name?
Let's not talk about how we came to the name, because I feel like anybody who's probably ever recorded a podcast,
if you know, you know,
knows that like you're probably just like searching forever just to be like, what's the right name? We don't even know if we love the name, but
that's right. We're testing it out.
Yeah, but we could talk about what we're planning to talk about, you know.
And what are we planning to talk about?
Pop culture.
And why are we talking about pop culture?
I feel like for people who don't know, or people who do know me, know that I'm obsessed with pop culture. All things music, celebrity moments, behind the scenes. And that kind of started since I was younger. I had a little mini singing career. And then eventually that led me into like entertainment reporting. I did red carpets, interviewing celebrities. I bump into celebrities randomly, like Renee Rapp in a New York bookstore.
I was there for that one.
Yes.
That was very strange.
Yes. I'm glad you knew who she was.
I only recently though, because of you.
Right. So the point of this is I know so much about pop culture, and so many times people are saying like, hey, you should find an outlet to share all this pop culture news with. And sometimes I try to share that with you and you don't know who I'm talking about. And so this will give us the opportunity to talk, debate, and hopefully educate you on all things pop culture.
Basically, yeah, this is a Eric Gets Educated podcast.
Yeah, and we love that for you. And anybody else who's interested.
Honestly, I'm not upset about it.
And if you care, clap. And if you don't care, clap.
Also clap.
Right.
Clap. But mostly clap if you don't care.
Right. So we're not exactly sure where this podcast is going to go, how it's going to be shared with the world. So we might have to get a little creative when it comes to like a marketing plan, you know, which
that's right.
Kind of brings us to our first topic. Should we get into it?
Sure. Let's get into it.
All right, Eric, do you know who Lizzo is?
Okay, so the name is familiar. I don't know if I could pick her out of a lineup.
Yes. But you know some of her songs, right? You know, she's like a singer / rapper. She has a song,
okay,
Good
sing,
as Hell.
What's like a...
I do
my
can you hair, give me like, toss, check my nails. Baby, how you doing?
Oh,
Feeling
yeah.
good?
Yeah. Okay, so I know that song.
Okay, great. So she...
Are there other songs? Sorry.
Are there other songs?
Are there... Yeah.
Yeah. Truth Hurts.
That I would know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Truth Hurts.
Give us a little.
Why a man great till he gotta be great?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
DNA test. Okay.
But I only think I know that song actually because of maybe like you've played it.
I probably have never played that song ever.
Then okay, well I've heard it somewhere.
No shade to Lizzo.
Okay.
Honestly. But
okay, so Lizzo, yes, I know of her.
Okay, so she's been hard at work. So last week she posted on TikTok that she has an album coming out in a month. Some fans were shocked by that. I am not a fan, but I was shocked by that because I haven't heard anything about it. And so
now, a little bit of my obsession with fans is, do Lizzo fans have a name?
I don't know, and I also don't want to assume anything. I don't know if they have a name. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
That was not part of my research for this.
Oh, that's okay.
I just bring the topic. I don't bring...
That's right.
I will do that for next time.
Okay.
So recently she was on social media and she was talking about her album that's coming out and how there is no marketing plan for it. And so she kind of criticized her record label for the lack of support on the rollout. So she blamed algorithm, like social media visibility, as part of the issue. And so in 2025, so a year ago, she had talked about this before. She said that, music videos are not moving the needle like they used to, and just the entire rollout of an album doesn't look the same as it used to. And I think, like, to explain to you what that like means, the old model was like maybe a label discovered an artist and they were willing to invest in that artist through like artist development programs, where it's like, hey, you have talent, but we just need to like, refine your image a little bit or find your sound. And they were willing to invest and get teams together to kind of do that. And that would help like the public discover this artist, this music, right?
Right.
Well, now people could post on social media a song and it can go viral, and that person might not, they might get a record deal out of that, or the internet is the validating this artist, and then the label is amplifying this momentum from this either nobody who becomes a somebody, or it kind of gives somebody like Lizzo. Lizzo had a sleeper hit. Good as Hell, the song that I just talked about, was a product of this internet success where it, was released years prior, and then years later it got internet success. It was used in tons of TikTok videos, and it kind of skyrocketed to like a number one hit. So she's talking about how the industry is now different. So
can I pause for a second? So it sort of reminds me of who's the guy that just has that one song, but I feel like he kind of sounds churchy.
Yeah, Alex Warren. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, him. That's an example of a guy.
I was like, I know exactly who you're talking about.
I can't believe that you got that from that terrible description. But yeah, so he's an example of not the old way, but the new way. It was basically like social media has changed the game a little bit. It is basically they don't need marketing from the record label.
And interesting enough for him, he knows how to play the game of internet success, right? Because he had a YouTube channel prior to. So that's what he's leveraged.
Now he just has to.
But he has to
make another song now.
He has to impress his label and make another great song, right? To keep that momentum, to keep your audience engaged. So it's like in this interview that I watched last year from Lizzo, she was talking about how, the algorithm actually does a lot of good, right? Because it can really blow you up overnight, and you like ignore the rollout completely, and the fans pick the song, and it gives a lot of power to the audience, right? But she said like her advice to new artists was like, don't focus on just getting signed first. You need to build your audience and push out music, create a community first. And I think she's only sharing that advice because she is now struggling to kind of get that momentum back. So she has an album coming out in June and nobody's really talking about it. She has no hit from that album. And she literally posted a video yesterday, Eric, where she was, she's like, my record label is not going to, promote my album, so I'm going to do it. And she has a bucket
do it myself.
And she's like rolling, like the posters that they do on like the side of buildings. She was doing that herself. I'll have to show you the video. But yeah, she's just having to like take the bull by its horns and steer this album rollout.
It's a little bit reminiscent of like sort of the age old question of like owning your connection to your audience or owning your audience, like owning, if you have a newsletter, owning your email addresses, to that newsletter list. And I feel like the artists who have like a big social media presence, they have that relationship with their fans directly. The record label is almost more of like, I mean, you tell me if this is right, but is it like more of like an administrative function? Basically, it's like, we'll get your music on Spotify, we'll do this, we'll do all that stuff, we'll collect the money for you. But
so it's funny you say that. So I think I have. Let me start with like an example of the fans have the power. Think about Gag City, Nicki Minaj, right? Remember I showed you during that album rollout for Pink Friday 2, the fans had built this like world using Gag City, and there was all those AI visuals, and we saw brands Adidas and Nike and McDonald's and Chili's all using this
board.
like AI visual to be like, oh, the Barb's Chick-fil-A is now in Gag City. And you're like, what?
Right.
Brands were using this as a meme, and they were using this lore that the Barb's Nicki Minaj fans had created. And that was like organic, raw promotion for her album. And fans also did that with Charlie XCX and Brat Summer, right? So when you
Brat.
So when you talked about like labels, it's funny to use Lizzo from my research. She actually called a label a bank, like they serve as like a bank. So
I'm spot on.
So yeah, labels are businesses first, right? They invest where they can in the potential, and they are trying to receive a return on that potential. Right. So they're like, they want streams, they want engagement, they want a viral traction, they want a cultural moment. And if that means record sales and tour tickets, absolutely. Right. So her struggle is, I mean, her label is probably thinking, why are we going to pour millions into an album to promote this album when there is no hit driving this attention? So, and they're like, you have not given us a hit. The songs that we're pushing are not great. And I think that's why she's resorting to going to TikTok to share her grievance.
So is that common then? Do the record labels just have like much smaller marketing departments now, basically? Because you'd sort of expect that now the people that they're signing just sort of need to be,
they need to come with a following.
They need to come with a following. Is that like an expectation now?
I don't know. I think like if you think about like how we were growing up, and you probably don't know what TRL was, right?
No.
Oh yeah. Or MTV. You know what MTV was? You know that there was music videos? Okay.
I know there were music videos. Oh yeah, that was my other question. Okay. So I wanted to know about your like the music video wasn't doing what it used to do or something like that. Was that an I feel like there's fewer music videos now.
Yeah, because they might not be doing what they used to do. And it's like, what platform do we have? Like, we don't have Vivo anymore, right? And so you just have YouTube. And
I think Vivo's.
I don't think Vivo's on YouTube. I don't anymore. I think they're gone.
Really?
Yeah, they used to be, I think. But it's like everything has shifted, right? You had MTV, you had music videos. MTV is now rest in peace. And like record labels have to spend, or artists have to dish out that money for that music video. And then is it leading to an increase in streams or sales? Is it an increase in radio plays? That's what you call it. I don't even know, streams. Right? That's so funny. But like you would go on radio shows to promote your album. You would go on talk shows, and what talk shows exist anymore? We have cancellations all over the place, right? And then we also had like record stores, music magazines, and now everything has shifted to TikTok, Reels, podcasts, and a viral sound. And that's like what people are hoping.
Yeah, and I feel like music videos now, I feel like are done, at least the ones that you show me, are done a little bit more for the artistry of it than for anything else. It's like meant to be a little bit of a statement or something like that.
Right. I think somebody like Taylor Swift is using a music video in a way to share Easter eggs, right? She loves to do that for her fans, or sharing it as like I saw a visual when I wrote this song, and I need a music video for this
to show you all, but the fans.
For her, she doesn't need a music video.
It's not part of your marketing plan. Yeah,
she doesn't need a music video for that song to go number one, right? Taylor Swift has showed us that you don't need a music video to skyrocket a song, because she has that fan relationship. She has that fan momentum that's going to drive it. If anything, the music video is just like an added boost to keep the song going number one for multiple weeks, right? So it does have that power for her. But for like Lizzo, I think she released a music video for her most recent song, and I just think it was like it just didn't have that like homey feeling that you're watching a music video. It just seems like it's made with green screen with maybe CGI and, you know, AI. And it just seems like it's not authentic. And so maybe fans are not interested in it, and maybe it's just not relating.
Do you think she made the music video because she needed it? Because she is she thinking the old way of like, I need the music video as part of my marketing plan?
I don't know. Or maybe she just wanted to do it. Maybe like, yeah, it was just, it would help elevate it a little bit more. I don't know. I think it's like interesting for like, you know, watching music videos, you would see like cameos in some of them. You'd see ad placements. Sometimes maybe the ad placement is because the record label wasn't going to pay for that. So the artist had to get creative and was like, how can I pay for this music video? Maybe I, you know, hit up EOS and see if they'd have a little ad in my music video.
Right.
So yeah, music is just like discovered a lot differently now. And I think it's like, it's weird that like an algorithm could be driving the music that you're seeing, right? On a feed. Yeah. And for you, you don't have social media. So
no.
How do you hear new music?
I don't most of the time, or I wake up and you're playing it on New Music Friday, I feel like.
Right. So it's like you're not listening to the radio like everyone else.
I mean, I do listen to the radio, although I will say like the radio is not playing new music really. Not a lot of like new music.
Like unique songs that are like, hey, I just discovered this person. Have you heard of this artist?
I mean, I will say that's something I probably need to be a little bit more intentional about, is like I feel like I really enjoy like discovering new music, an artist I like, and then like listening to the entire like album or something like that, and like looking for a deep cut or something like that, and then putting together playlists like that versus like the algorithmic typing into Spotify good music for running or whatever, and then like picking songs out of that. That's how historically my playlists have been developed, but they're sort of all over the place, and I also feel really disconnected from the music. I think that's been like my issue with it. I don't know. Yeah,
and then also like you are not on Spotify anymore, right? Because of the ads and the placement.
Right.
So it's like, in a sense, Spotify is also like an algorithm, right? Apple Music is also like an algorithm where it's like pushing, hey,
it's going that way.
Hey, this new music dropped. You should listen to it, right? And you're like, I have never listened to this artist ever, and they should be on the blocked list. And it's like, why are they pushing this album to me, right? That's strange. That's interesting. Why?
Let's bring the MP3 players back again, baby.
Yeah. And shady downloading of songs on
you can still purchase songs.
Really?
You can still buy songs. Yeah. On iTunes.
Or I'm supposed to be teaching you something in this.
And you can buy songs. You can totally buy songs.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And what, you like Apple Pay?
Yeah, or it just charges to your Apple account. Yeah.
Wait, are there still Apple gift cards?
They are.
Oh, it kind of seems like a thing that we should buy just for like the gag.
Just for the gag.
Just for the gag. I guess so like my main thing is just like, you know, are artists making music for now? Or are they making it for algorithm? You know? And I don't know what the answer to that is. I think there are some artists that really do care about the craft. And they do care about like changing the sound up. And changing up their, you know, their vibe and experimenting with different sounds. I think, you know, I've been listening to Casey Musgrave's Middle of Nowhere album, and I feel like the last album was this like folky, I don't know, it was just like a interesting, like it had like Celtic vibes to it, Deeper Well. And on this one, she went back to like a country sound, but she actually like infused like Texas Tejano music into it. So she changed it up. she's making music and experimenting with new sounds for herself. I don't think she's pushing something for an algorithm.
Yeah.
But then you have some other artists that it's like you're following a trend. How long is this going to last? And I think you talked about Alex Warren earlier. Yeah. And it's like it'll be interesting to see if he can have longevity and not be just a one-hit wonder.
Right.
You know, like
ordinary.
Yeah, but like Benson Boone is in that same category, right? It's like you really gotta change it up and show you have the pipes. He has the talent.
Yeah.
He has the talent. He just
talent.
needs to make the right songs. Because everyone's like, you can't copy and paste what somebody else was doing. And the backflips are not gonna hold you.
They're not gonna
push you to
so
the
next.
They're only gonna get you so far. Yeah. It's like, look what I could do. We like Benson. We do. But you know what I mean? I just think it's like,
I get it.
And what would you rather have a viral moment or artistry?
Well, it's interesting. I feel like the artists that are doing it for themselves are the ones that like the authenticity is coming through, that like that gets them the follows, that gets them the social media presence, I feel like, because they're like, you know, they're doing it for themselves and that shows in their music. And then I feel like the artists that are not doing that don't have the following, that are trying to click all the right buttons in all the right order and do all of those things, I feel like that also shows in their music.
Yeah. And I think fans can see that, right? So it's like fans are more powerful than labels, would you say? Like, I feel like...
At least now.
I think so. You know, I feel like I'm constantly learning about new artists and adding new songs that I heard in a TikTok video where this person was doing a random dance, or a dog and a cat were doing something. And I'm like, oh, interesting.
So that's how you find your new music. That explains a lot.
Not always, no. But it's like, I will probably never listen to anything else in this person's discography. Sorry. Right. But I liked that one song because I like a few... I like the chorus or you know, I like that one song. But I don't think that I'm not consuming music like I used to. Like I used to do iTunes. I used to listen to the radio. You know, they would play a new song on some of these radio shows, and like on a Tuesday night, they'd be like, "Oh, this is a new song that just dropped. We're gonna play it for you. This is a iHeartRadio exclusive," and they would drop the song, and then you're like, you need to call in if you want to request that song. Like, I'm not consuming it that way, you know, anymore. And I think like the fan hype is like a lot different than it used to. So it's just interesting I think Lizzo has a point. Like, I think she knows how to manage this, but like going to social media and kind of like playing the victim of like, oh, my label, they're not giving me the money. I think she's smart enough to like know what to do. And I also think that she comes across as authentic, and I think she does care about the music. I just think that there are influences within her label that are like, oh, we need you to have another viral hit, so we need you to continue to do songs like this. And I think as an artist, she doesn't want to do songs like that. So I think it'll be interesting to see after her contract is fulfilled with this record label, if she goes independent and if we see her music change.
Do we know when that's going to be?
No, but I mean, the writing's on the wall, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
Allegedly.
Okay. So promising stuff.
Yeah, I think
in the future.
Yeah, I think your
prediction.
And it's from, I think, Lizzo fans, whatever your name may be. since I don't know.
I'm gonna ask that question every episode.
Okay. Well, if I'm talking about specific artists, I better know. I just think that like her fans know because she's shared a video once before where she's like, this is what my label wanted the song to be, and this is what I wanted it to be. And I think she wanted to release the demo just to show fans, like, I liked the song before it was untouched by the label, but the label told me that you need to go change it. And this is the song I have now. And people are like, this song sounds like your other songs. And it's like, because the label was trying to have her have another viral hit. And so
I fought the law and the law won.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. All right. That's what I got for you. So I guess the big question is, clap if you don't care.
I'm not clapping. This was an interesting discussion.
It really was?
I like this one.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
This was good. Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're clapping at home, that's fine. Hopefully the next topic I get you.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Bye, Ricky.
Bye.